I'm Todd Ellison. I'm a field CTO at Nile. To tell you a little bit about Nile, we are a wired and wireless networking company. Why does the world need a new wired and wireless networking company, right? There's Cisco, Juniper, Arista, Aruba. There's all of these well-trusted names that everybody knows doing wired and wireless campus. Why does the world need a new wired and wireless networking company? It's because we're actually doing things as they should be done in 2026. Everybody else is doing the same version of networking that we've been doing since 1996, 30 years ago. So we are the world's first network that is secure by default, right? Instead of wide open by default, and then you have to figure out how to secure it. We are secure by default. We are fully automated, so everyone who has a project to try to automate a network, that's a never-ending project that you can't automate 30-year-old technology. It doesn't work, right? So we are automated by default. You can't unautomate Nile, and we are delivered as a service, meaning you no longer ever have to worry about refreshes, software updates, performance of your network, any of that stuff. We handle all of it. So those are the three key points, right? Secure by default, fully automated, delivered as a service. And that's why the world needs a new networking company.
Let's give it up for Todd. I don't know why I just did that. I've always wanted to do that.
I love it.
So I'm Thomas Donnelly. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Amplifier Security. Shreyas is my West Coast counterpart. He's also the CEO and co-founder. And the reason why we exist is because everybody's talking about what can I do with AI, but the reality of the situation is that AI is attacking your workforce right now, every day, right? And there's really no tools out there that looks at that problem holistically to solve that problem. And it's a difficult problem to solve because it requires a lot of work on your devices and with your end users, and you just can't automate it because you're going to disrupt their productivity, right? So we bridge that gap of being able to work with your employees to remediate the issues from AI-based attacks. An example with that is if you look at vulnerabilities, it used to take 20 or 30 days for a vulnerability in your network to become publicly exploited. It happens in minutes now with AI, right? The 16-year-old kid down the street has nation-state capabilities with the LLMs, right? And so we can't just force change everything because then we're going to block productivity. So let's have a conversation with end users, and we do that with our AI agents. We have a conversation, we work with your users, we get your employees secure without blocking productivity. And that's how you build resilience. So that's a new concept, but we'd love to talk to anybody, and I'm going to pass it on to
Abhay.
Abhay. Let's hear it for Abhay.
Let's hear it for everybody in the room. All right, well, thank you everyone for coming here. My name is Abhay Singh. I work very closely with Jessica King. We are here with Big ID. We are a data platform. We are a data-first platform solely designed on being able to discover, inventory, catalog, classify, and spearhead and force multiply all of the other actions that you need to take on that data. We are both cloud, we're both on-prem, and the way we do this is very air-gapped in the sense of none of this is meant to add more risk to your environment, to your data, or your data sprawl. So by being able to find that data, organize that data, and take action on that data, you're unlocking a lot of the capabilities that may come out of networking, that may come out of AI. I had to say AI at least once up here, and I've said it. So to do this, we help enable you to find it, classify it, tag it, and then ultimately integrate across your ecosystem of other technical investments to take action on it and ultimately protect it. So again, I work very closely with Jessica King. We're local here to the Dallas market. And we're excited to take that conversation further with you here as you eat and discuss and drink and see us outside.
Let's hear it for Abhay. Great job. All right, hello everybody. Jeff Couch, CIO at Nucleus Security. I'm here with Chris Miller for our Texas middle table back there. And what is Nucleus? So Nucleus is a unified exposure management platform. So for us, what we basically do is we could think of us like a big data platform for specifically vulnerabilities, right? So what we do is we take vulnerabilities at scale and combine that with your asset data, and then slap on vulnerability intelligence, which is coming from your threat actors, right? Think about, is stuff being exploited in the wild? Is it being seen on social media? And putting all of that into a big, massive platform that correlates and then unifies all of that data all in the same way. So what is Tenable saying versus what Microsoft is saying versus what Qualys is saying, they're all saying different things. They're all telling you to patch now, but what should you actually be patching, right? You can't do it all. So that's what Nucleus does through that unified platform. Some of our big play customers in the field, MasterCard, American Airlines, and then we were built for the government. So technically our co-founders came out of the government, so we are a FedRAMP authorized product, which makes us unique as well. So we have a full public sector play as well. And a few other spaces that we're getting into, just because as we're dealing with risk, right, the Mythos stuff, I'll talk about AI too, hit your bingo card. That was exactly why Nucleus was built, right? Stuff is now coming in faster than humans can do it in spreadsheets or whatever you're doing today to try to solve that risk at a high level. And so that's exactly what we were built for. Is like, we're gonna take that in just as just another source, because that's really all these findings are, just another source. And then put that right next to all of your other, like say your cloud scanners, say your code scanners, which one of those are the most important and what should your remediation teams focus on. Another play that we're doing as well is in the POAM space. So anybody that has to deal with Fed or state government has to deal with POAMs. And if you have to deal with POAMs, that's another play that we're doing that is basically all of those most likely are going to end up on one of your POAMs. You have to do these things by a given date. And so we automate that part of it as well. So that's a little bit about Nucleus. Thank you.
Awesome, all right. Good to see some familiar faces here. I think it's my third time at this event, so always a lovely time. So I went ahead and prepared a little statement so I don't start my comedy sketch. Don't ask for it, please. All right, so jump in. My name is Craig Shelton. I am with Horizon 3. We are a continuous, autonomous penetration testing platform. Ultimately, we reinvented pen testing and offensive security. Ultimately, create a new, powerful security control for security and infrastructure teams. We can safely attack your environment as a real adversary would across your entire infrastructure, discovering and chaining together exploitable paths across your infrastructure, the cloud, network, Active Directory, endpoints, credentials, things you're all pretty familiar with, and much more. So you can see what's truly exploitable in your environment, all with the attack chain that's provided on each weakness and alert, and the proof behind it. Not many solutions give you the proof behind everything they provide. So we are bridging that gap between vulnerability and exploitability, helping prioritize on what's most important in your infrastructure, and that way you can get on with your day and not take up your weekends doing a bunch of patching that is ultimately meaningless. So come by, we'll talk more about it.